Hey, Spuddies, PotatoMcWhiskey here, and welcome to Civ 6 as Scythia, where we are going for our religious game. We have sent our first wave of apostles and double promoted apostles and missionaries off to capture the Malian Empire. Now, I think my goal here is to flip Mali, Inca, and Norway early so that I have like religious dominance established over the three non-threats. And then, meanwhile, I'm like working on that. All the people who actually got religions are fighting each other. I'm pretty sure right now, Japan and Georgia are wasting their faith, like trying to convert each other. So if I just go convert the people who don't care about the religion victory, I feel like I'm in a really good spot to then take on the people who've wasted all their faith fighting each other. And I basically show up in the 11th hour with an extremely powerful religion ready to convert things. Now, in terms of religious status right now, Menelik is in the lead, but I'm making the most faith. In fact, I'm making double his faith. So I should very easily be able to spam out enough apostles to actually overpower him. And we're probably going to convert from the left to the right at first, and then I'll start sending more missionaries over here to Japan, and then we'll do like a flanking attack. But I think I want to send like a very, very thick stream of missionaries and apostles here to the northeast. It's probably a consideration to try to trade with people who I'm allied with, in particular Norway, for that extra faith. You see here, we both get 2 faith, which is quite good for both of us. So I'm going to organize these trade routes by faith and gold. And what I also want to do is eventually plug in Visselbanken to be able to pick up that extra, like, you know, food and production and stuff like that. So if I don't have Visselbanken plugged in because I had this Diplomatic League plugged in. That makes sense to me. We'll go to the next turn. And we're getting a bunch of new missions. We actually met Kumasi, and there was a meteor shower over here. I'm pretty sure we picked up a few like free units from meteor showers and stuff like that this game. So in my opinion, Proselytizer is like easily just the tier one promotion for any sort of apostle. And I'll be probably like doing a mixture of apostles and missionaries here. This is just like slightly more sustainable in terms of faith expenditure to make missionaries and apostles. You get the proselytizers to eliminate all of the faith in Niani or other cities or whatever, and then you use the missionaries to like fill back up whatever faith is left over. You imagine like the thing about how you have to think about these religious things is like you imagine this is like a bucket, okay? And it's like an infinite bucket. Kind of? No, it's not an infinite bucket. How do I describe this in a way that makes sense? Let me see. Is there a way I can like accurately describe this to people? Let me try. You need at least 200 religious pressure to convert a population in a city. So you can see here, Eastern Orthodoxy has exactly 1599 pressure, which means they're 1 pressure off of having converted 8 population here. So you need at least 200 pressure to capture one of these religious followers, and then if the city has more than 200 pressure per population, it'll be divided proportionally. So this is like an infinite bucket. And I want you to imagine every time your missionaries dip in and do a conversion, they'll scoop out 10% of the enemy's like religious sludge and throw it on the floor. Apostles do a better job. They do like, I can't remember what the percentage is, but it's like 20% or something like that. But if you have the proselytizer ability, they scoop out almost all of the enemy belief. It's not quite a tug of war. It's more of like an infinite bucket where in order for you to like, you know, pass and convert a population, you have to have at least 200 pressure per population to like convert each pop. So you'll see like next turn, when I am my turn, they'll go up to 8 followers of this religion. I am finishing a few extra settlers, and I'm not sure that many more settlers really does give me many advantages this game. There are cases to be made for some of these districts, and perhaps even some of the wonders. Like for example, Hagia Sophia here is just huge. So I think I'm going to try to build Hagia Sophia, and I'm even going to buy myself some traders and plug in Visselbanken in my capital city to try to make that work. Could I plug in the 15% production bonus towards like, I don't have shipyards yet, so I think I can drop naval infrastructure just for a little while, because this will speed up the rate at which I get Hagia Sophia. And Hagia Sophia would be amazing because it would give all of my missionaries and apostles +1 spread, which would make it extremely efficient. I actually forgot about wonders. I usually play the game as if wonders don't exist, so I often forget that wonders exist. It's a bit of a problem that I have when I play, because there are actually some really, really key wonders for religious victories and tourism victories and all sorts of things like that. So if we take a look at this city here, it currently has 400 pressure. Wait, am I wrong? Is it proportional? Huh. Oh, no, sorry. Okay, I messed up. Morbus, cut out the explanation. I actually forgot how it actually works. It's not an infinite bucket. Okay, it's an infinite bucket, but there's some caveats. When a city grows, when it has no religion, it'll automatically get some pantheon pressure applied to it. I think it's 150 pressure per population or something like that. So you could tell this city grew 3 population before it ever had a religion, because 2 people follow the pantheon and there's a 450 pressure towards the pantheon. And what that means is that you add up all the total pressures and then you assign them proportionally. I actually got mixed up. I mixed up how the settler rules, or how the tourist rules work and how the religious rules work. I kind of got them mixed up in my head. No, it is just an infinite bucket, and the total amount of pressure is like votes, right? But you're basically rigging elections with your missionaries, right? And proselytizer apostles are like basically guys who go in and like just take all of the enemy votes away from the city. So you want to get as many of your votes into a city as possible because the population is assigned proportionally. So you see here, there's a total pressure in this city of 1168. When I click here, I add 200 and it's up to 363, and that's because a little bit of pressure gets taken away. And now there's 6 people following my religion. So yeah, it's fairly basic. I mixed it up because it's been a while since I played a religion game. So you can kind of forgive me for getting exactly how it works, but I just remembered, and it's fairly simple. It's fairly straightforward. And it's also fairly fun. Now, something I need to get here is I would really like to get square rigging for that +1 movement for embarked units, because that's going to significantly speed up the rate at which I can get over here and make a difference. Right now my units can only move 1 tile. So yeah, I'm going to be taking like a mixture of Proselytizer and Orator for the extra 2 spreads. It's very convenient that they put the best promotion at the top. And because I'm playing Scythia, I don't need any gurus, because any combat that I do, I'll just automatically win because I have extra combat strength. And I heal automatically when I kill enemy units. So I just win. I think 1 more conversion here should tip me over to being the prominent religion, and there it is, perfect. Now we're up to 1500 pressure in this city. So yeah, it's an infinite bucket that you could put infinite votes into, but every time you put votes into it, you scoop out of some of your enemy votes if you're using apostles and missionaries. So you see here, enemy pressure is at 1609. When I click this, it should go down by about 160. So I click, and now enemy pressure is at 1448. So they lost about 160 pressure, because every time you use a missionary on an enemy city, you take 10% of their existing pressure from other religions away. So quite useful. I think I already have access to all of the pearls that I care about. Where's the settler? I think I'll just get the settler into the water and then see where we take him. Yeah, we're looking for trades with Norway, ideally, because that's worth food, production, gold, and a little bit of faith. Now, it's not a huge amount of faith in the grand scheme of things. However, as we upgrade our alliance with Norway, I believe, do your faith routes? Oh, your trade routes don't get stronger. I could have sworn your trade routes get stronger. Am I crazy? Well, maybe I'm crazy. It's probably about time I established resident embassy with a bunch of people, because I think that might encourage them to do the same with me, which would mean extra diplomatic favor for me. I am loving the fact that I have control of Auckland like this entire game, and all of my coastal tiles are like really powerful. Probably maybe should have gone for God of the Sea, considering how coastal I was this game. But hey, these things happen. You make decisions sort of in the blindness of war, and sometimes they aren't optimal. So here is the power of a proselytizer. We have a proselytizer here. This city has 1300 Eastern Orthodoxy pressure. I step forward, I convert, and instantaneously that Eastern Orthodoxy pressure is down to 300. And then I just use 1 missionary charge, boom, and now I'm the dominant religion, but I need to put just a little bit more votes into this voter bucket, and boom, now I'm in control of this city. So that is the power of the proselytizer, is the fact that it can completely eliminate enemy pressure here. Now, to show off the power of an apostle with the triple spread, to just kind of put that in a little bit of perspective here, I click and I put 600 pressure in here, and I eliminated 20% of the enemy pressure. So I would say early in the game, actually, Translator is more powerful. Way more powerful, because it just gets you a lot more pressure. But the later the game goes, the more value that Proselytizer gives you, because the enemies have accumulated more pressure for you to eliminate. Are gurus ever worth it? Gurus are worth it if you're doing, if you don't get the God Seed where you can pick your promotions, and you're going to have to do a little bit of religious fighting to keep your stuff going. Now, if you want like an insane apostle that can completely like change the state of a game by himself, you go Proselytizer Translator. These guys can like basically single-handedly convert 4 cities each, which is insane, right? But I find it's a little bit more efficient to use 2 guys. Maybe. It depends. It depends on the setup you are, but I really do think that Proselytizer Translator is just like insanely powerful. But this is kind of the downside of a religious victory. A lot of the interesting part of the game has already been done now. I've done the part that's interesting. I've set up my empire, and now it's just kind of moving religious units towards my enemy, because it's sort of like the equivalent might be that I've launched my space race project. Okay, I have launched the exoplanet expedition, and now we're just waiting for it to like arrive. Now, the one really nice thing here is that I do have an opportunity here to attack an Ethiopian apostle, and this guy is not ready to fight me. I have 149 combat strength from a combination of world religion, debater, strength from theocracy, a +4 flanking bonus because I have 2 religious units adjacent to him, and that's just absurd. Like, this is crazy. Boom. Instantaneously wipe him out, and that's a 500 pressure swing. 99% of the time. Like, it's just a huge swing to get a kill on an enemy unit, because not only do you eliminate their faith in terms of like actual religion on the board, but you also kill their unit that they were going to spread their faith with. So getting a kill on an enemy religious unit is like a huge swing. I still think purchasing mosques is worth my time. This should be the last Norwegian city to convert for me. Perfect. I've got Norway completely converted towards Tamar's last wish. And we can maybe send some of these guys to like hit Auckland and convert them, because I believe Auckland had a mission to get converted, which if I can flip them over, that'd be pretty nice. There is an enemy missionary here, and it might be worth my time to pick up a debater promotion and, you know, slap him around and get him out of here. How important is converting city-states? Honestly, I don't think converting city-states is very, very important. It is useful to do, because they kind of act like little, you know, pressure points where they exert pressure on other players nearby. So I'll proselytize Nazca here as well, so you could see 1100 Eastern Orthodoxy, boom, instantaneously. I convert the entire city towards my religion, and then I can like completely secure my religion with a single missionary charge in here, and now we're like 100% completely Gucci. Let's do another proselytize here. 1700 Eastern Orthodoxy, click instantaneously. It's down to 400. Like, that is the power of the proselytizer. It's like it's a reverse Uno card. It's like, oh, your religion was here? Nope, not anymore. And that's why it's such an important promotion for you to take. I don't know where that Japanese missionary went. He jumped into the water. Let's go hunt him down. I feel like there should be a corollary promotion for Martyr, and it should be like Holy Warrior, which is like a 10% chance when you kill an enemy religious unit to get a relic. Like, I don't know, like holy trophies or something. I don't know. I think it would be cool to give the offensive person more power on that one. And we're going to just convert Nan Madol. And the reason you convert city-states is just because if you imagine your religion, like, I don't know if you guys understand graph theory from maths, but it's basically like, imagine every node connects to every other node within a certain range and then exerts a small amount of pressure. And this just provides you with another node that's exerting positive pressure in your favor towards the enemy. So by not converting, it's not a huge swing, but every little city that you convert does contribute to the like resistance of your node towards enemy networks. It's like a simple way to think about it. And you can actually see the influence here from various cities coming in. Graph theory, this is supposed to be an escape from work. This is my job. We're going to trade with Oslo again. I'm really happy with these trade routes. I'm liking these high yield, super powered trade routes. And we're getting Hagia Sophia incredibly quickly here. I feel like this game is already determined, so no reason to play it out, but I don't know. Well, there is a reason to play it, and that's because we have the map history thing here, and we get to watch the map develop over time. And also, it's a matter of like showing the execution too. Right, so now we're going to get to work on the Inca, and see, like, a proselytizer on his own could basically flip a city. It's kind of insane. So let's get Timbuktu, boom. Which is why I say that proselytizer plus whatever it's called, oh my god, I can't remember the name of it, is actually enough. Often enough. I'm loving that my apostles are still quite cheap. I can't attack into the water, sadly. I need to kill that missionary. Another trade route, possibly for the capital, to build Hagia Sophia a little bit quicker. I think the city of Kralix is fully built, and I don't need to do anything else in it, do I? No, I don't. I think I can just happily now come in here, or like maybe get a builder and then just spam out holy side prayers for extra faith. But a lot of my movement, a lot of my work now as a player is just like moving units around the board. I don't want to say it's busy work, but it's kind of busy work. It's not entirely, because what I'm doing is still relevant to the outcome of the game, but it's just an awful lot of micromanagement. So this is like, when you're at this point in a religion game, this is the religion game churn. When you have like built your faith engine, and you have started launching the troops at the enemy like a giant swarm of AI. Assimilating robots So proselytize this city. I think that is Mali completely converted. Like look at the progress we've made in a very short amount of time. We've already completely taken over this peninsula in terms of religion. If we take a look at the religion screen, I should now be dominant of 3 civs. This will just rapidly, and I mean rapidly, continue to work in my favor. I'll see if I can use my missionaries to do a little bit of an explore, and then also to ideally convert Auckland. So can I attack into the water here? Boom, nice, easy kill. All right, we're continuing to trade with Norway because it's extremely advantageous for us to trade with Norway. Huge food and production in my capital, which means the Hagia Sophia is coming in extremely quickly, and now my capital's yields are like insane. Beautiful. I do wish that it was like a little bit easier to thumbnail a religious victory. Like, oh, what did you do? I converted a bunch of cities. Like, how do you show that in a thumbnail? You know what I mean? So ideally, we want to use water to our advantage. While we do move a little bit slow on water, there are no obstacles on water. So Proselytizer, make your way south, and then I'll bring the debater. I'll bring you with the Proselytizer. And I'll send the debater and the missionaries here. Ooh. Can you rush straight through here? Almost gets that kill. We can completely annihilate him. Nice, perfect. We rolled high on our damage value. So we're obliterating. I probably need to send like another debater or 2 over here just to make sure I have a good spread of them. Beowulf can help a lot. They surprise attack you when you're not ready. Yeah, Beowulf is kind of like a get out of jail free card when it comes to warfare. We did just pick up, we have 4 envoys in the bank now, so we need to think about how we distribute them among these city-states. Can I get a suzerainty here? Probably not. I probably want to hold on to suzerainty of Yerevan, so I'm going to put 3 into Yerevan to get that solid, and then I'll put 1 into Nazca, so I can get that up to extra 2 faith in every temple and consulate. And now we're up to nearly 500 faith per turn. So ideally, I want to just do a quick check to see if I'm missing any envoys. No, we're heading towards colonialism to pick extra envoys up, and we're making a decent amount. I wonder, do I have, is Yapadana still available? I know that's kind of like a crazy question to ask at this phase of the game, but anything that can get me envoys is like a big deal here. So I think I'm now officially finished building settlers. I can plug this down, plug in harbor infrastructure. Republican legacy is so cool. It's hard for me not to plug it in. Yeah, I think I'm pretty happy with this setup here. Pearly Gates is looking amazing. Really chooching along on that faith and gold and science and culture. Do I want to build anything in here? Man, that's a tough one. That is a real old noggin twister. I don't think I care about building more districts. I think I just do holy site prayers from now until the end of the game. And that's basically the entire purpose of like the majority of my cities now is, you know, what is your purpose? You do holy site prayers. That's it. That's your whole purpose. I think I'll add like 3 more debaters to this wave of missionaries heading over. Just again, this is basically what I'm spending the majority of my time doing. It's all micromanagement. It's all micromanagement the whole way down. Here's Hong Kong. Kind of sad that Hong Kong was captured again. # free Hong Kong. Let's do another proselytize. Boom. Proselytize Machu. Like we're dominating. We can't be stopped. We're all like, look how far we've already gotten. 17 gold over Republican faith. I mean, I can completely eliminate all of my luxury problems through trade. I think we're going to be fine. Like my amenities are at completely neutral. I don't have negative amenities anywhere. I don't really have housing issues. That's the power of this, by the way. 13 of my cities are content. So I don't think I need to do anything with regards to the amenities front. So Republican tradition is not necessary. And the extra adjacency on my harbors will translate into production at shipyards. Let's convert Wanuku. Just have waves and waves and waves of apostles and missionaries coming through. There is a few Japanese missionaries happening over here, so I need to have like a few. It may be time for me to get an Inquisition and just get a couple of Inquisitors to hang around here. That's kind of where my brain's at right now. Will there be a mass city giveaway to convert the final save? I mean, we can do that. I guess we should probably do it just for the sake of the awareness that people need of it. So I'm going to launch an Inquisition now. And now I have the option to quickly grab like Inquisitors wherever it makes sense to respond to this nonsense. All right, we can start getting some kills. I don't actually care about the religious pressure here. I just care about killing their units, which is like essentially eliminating their faith from the game. I'll keep another debater in the area. I'm loving that I'm just able to keep waves and waves and waves of apostles coming here. There's first conversion. If it is, he wants me to stop converting, but it's like, it's God's will, dude. I can't in good conscience not convert your cities. I'm sorry. It just has to happen. My religion is better. And so here's my logic here, right? My religion is better than his religion. So it would be bad for me not to spread my religion to him, right? I would be doing a bad thing. So I'm actually doing this because I'm completely selfless. I'm spreading my religion for completely selfless reasons. I in no way benefit or gain from the spreading of my own religion that I invented and fully control. It is the will of our Lord. Yeah, very noble of me. It's how self-sacrificing of me, right? All right. Probably I can't get away with a translator convert here. I can if I do this. I need to get this kill. Hong Kong's in like a really awkward spot. It's just like it's in the way. I need to get past it. There is one argument to be made for doing a Proselytizer translator if you have Yerevan in your game, and that's purely like every single one of your apostles will have the same set of promotions, so you don't even have to activate your brain when you're like making decisions about what to do. That is like the one big advantage of using the same promotions on everyone. And honestly, I think Proselytizer Translator is just like kind of OP. Wouldn't it also be selfless because it was Tamar's last wish? True. Actually true. Based and Tamar pilled. All right, I'm worried about these apostles. I mean, my guys are really, really strong in terms of missionaries, like defensively. So I'm not terrified of them. Hey, that's pretty sousa. You're being a little souse right now. All right, let's kill here. Boom. And I love that we heal after we kill. Wait, is that not working? Am I crazy? Should I have not healed there? Am I dumb? Did I misunderstand that ability? I thought Tamar heals after killing things. How do you get 2 promotions? You get 2 promotions? Well, we talked about this in a couple of episodes ago, like as we built up things. But if you have Moksha with Patron Saint, and we got extremely lucky with Yerevan this game, who let you pick any possible promotion, in combination with Moksha, which lets you have 2 promotions. It means you can have double promoted apostles and get the most overpowered combination in the game, which is Proselytizer plus Translator. So you eliminate 75% of the enemy pressure from the city and then do a triple strength spread. So, you know, either of those are like very, very powerful. You combine them and it's broken. Is the thing. That's the thing. Individually, they're incredibly saucy. Together, they're broken. Okay. Wait, it's time to upgrade the mausoleum thumbnail here, boys. Oh my god. Not too much of an upgrade, but goddamn was that an upgrade. Let me just tell you. Apparently ocean next to ice counts as coast, which is why boats can kind of like slink around it, which is an interesting concept. Don't the individual promotions run out after there's like X number of units? Nope, their relics run out. Look at that. I actually think the production yield on some of my tiles here would be better if I unimproved my fisheries. But the fisheries also just like, look at that. That's a thing of beauty. Are you doing some apostles promoted for theological combat? I don't actually need to do that because I'm already I'm playing Scythia, who's incredibly strong for theological combat. And plus I have the plus 10 strength from Tamar's last wish from the world religion. So this is like, I hit my timing here in an incredibly powerful way. Ugh, of course you would be in that city. Of course you'd be in there. I hate that you could just hide. I think one of the big changes they need to make to the religion victory, like, is you shouldn't be able to just hide like a religion unit in a city who then like waits until the coast is clear to reconvert the city, because it makes it basically impossible for you to defeat someone religiously in multiplayer. Like, it's essentially impossible. It's like playing whack-a-mole, especially because they can declare war and you just kill your missionaries. And if you're playing a religion victory correctly, you've pretty much invested everything you can into your religion and basically nothing into your army. Why choose missionaries over apostles? It's good to mix in the occasional missionary because they're just way cheaper than apostles, right? Pretty much what it boils down to. They're cheaper, they're somewhat cost effective to mix in a few. Like just every now and again, just get 2 missionaries. It's not like the most efficient thing, like on an individual level, but in terms of like, because apostles get continuously more expensive, if you mix in the occasional missionary, you know, you're being efficient. So these are my Uber apostles here who can do like mega conversions. Let's just quickly convert Kumasi here gently. Probably won't fully convert Kumasi, but that's fine. In terms of dedication here, maybe Heartbeat. I don't actually have that many of campuses. Plus 3 gold. I do have a lot of trade routes, and I'm going to be getting more. I think taking the gold and the trade routes here is the right move. How come my apostles have 6 spreads? Some of my apostles have 6 spreads because they have the plus 2 spreads from Orator, and I also have mosques in my cities which give plus 1 spread. So that in total, that's basically doubling the spreads. Once I finish Hagia Sophia, I will have another plus 1 religion spread across all of my apostles and missionaries as well. Yeah, I don't actually have a campus, so free privateer, yoinks. I'll take that. So Japan doesn't like the fact that I'm walking units through his territory, but he's just going to have to stay mad. Stay mad, kid. As the kids say these days. I think I can convert this city actually with a triple spread here. I ran out of movement, so I guess that's not happening. Never mind. Set up alliances with the religious civs to prevent wars. The AI typically doesn't declare war on you. I mean, I guess I could in theory. Like, friendships are fine. No good natural wonder to drive by with Pilgrim. In theory, it would be like slightly more efficient if I were to do that. However, like there isn't a good natural wonder near me. I mean, I guess theoretically, now that I've gotten this far, Crater Lake, or rather Fountain of Youth could be an option. I just don't think it's worth it. I think when you're in the position that I'm in and you already have the potential for an extra 2 spreads, I think Proselytizer plus Translator together just becomes so overwhelmingly, unstoppably powerful that that's what you go for. Awesome. Conversion. Boom. Kill that unit. Ooh, spicy. He actually survived. Surprised. I am surprised right now. They do religious emergencies, but not war. Yeah, correct. Typically, you want to convert holy sites fairly late into the game. But I mean, you could do them early if you really want. Doesn't matter that much. Yeah, we're killing so many of Japan's missionaries here. So we're basically eating up all of Japan's faith. Now, he's making 360 faith per turn, which is not bad, actually. So he is going to be the late game threat. I think I may have to start directing a wave of apostles at him. I don't know if this is enough apostles to wipe out this side of the map, but I think it is time that we maybe started sending waves at Japan. The kaiju missionaries, if you will. God, that'd be kind of terrifying, actually. Like kaiju missionary, it's like a giant lizard monster that's here to tell you about Jesus. Those are the things that are born from my nightmares. There is a sneaky Eastern Orthodoxy apostle here. That should be fine. Cusco? More like convert. Boom, Tamara's last wish. Yeah, feeling pretty good about this. I'm hoping that this is enough missionaries to convert Auckland, but often it might not be. Missionaries are not very efficient at actually converting another city. Waiting until you have enough to convert a whole civ is worth it because it prevents whack-a-mole. That's pretty much my main concern at this point in the game, is just like whack-a-mole. Like I'm going to have to deal with some whack-a-mole stuff as the game goes on here. I'm not too worried about it. We should be able to deal with it just okay. Like I think we have a robust enough economy and enough momentum now to where we should be able to convert like the majority of saves left in the game just off of the faith that we've already generated. I think I accidentally killed my debater. I was debated with my debater. How do you feel by winning a game just by sending thoughts and prayers? I mean, it's pretty based. I seem to be winning pretty well. Yeah, I didn't have enough spreads without this last missionary to actually convert Auckland, which is a bit unfortunate. This apostle needs to save your last charge for Ollietambo. Cusco should convert with these 2 missionaries. Really? Oh, I guess it does need just like a little bit more pressure. Damn, where did all that pressure go? I have a wave of debaters coming in, so if anybody tries to resist my religion, they'll be intellectually outpaced. So I think we fully converted the Inca now. Yeah, the Inca are now converted, so we've got half of the civs in the game following my religion. Oh, perfect. That's an apostle in the extremely wrong position. If he valued his life, he wouldn't have been there. There's our translator. So I'm going to start doing a mixture of like apostle missionary, so I can continue to sustain a little bit better. The +10 is over from the World Congress. No, it's not. It's still there. Colonialism. Perfect. The nice thing is, did they change? Did they change how Scythia's abilities work? I'm like 99% sure that they were supposed to get these bonuses on religious units. Was that like stealth nerfed and I just didn't notice or something? Boom. Easy kill. And then we'll go ahead and get ourselves another shot on this guy. Am I crazy for thinking that was how it worked? I swear. Do you think they'll do another patch for the game? I hope they will. I would like there to be another patch, but I mean, I accept that if there isn't. Like, I can understand that the developers consider the game to be essentially like feature complete in terms of content, and then the only real like thing left to change would be like bug fixes, which would be nice to get a goodbye bug fix, like spring cleaning. Okay, we're finished developing the game, but here's like a bug fix patch. Just like clean up a few of the like small loose ends. Sending a few debaters to Japan. Fix the barb bug. Yeah, just a few small, like maybe a couple of gameplay tweaks, a couple of barb changes, and then, sort of dust your hands off and say, all right, guys, that's everything. Now it's up to you. You guys make the mods. Buy our shipyard. Boom. Perfect. In terms of this city, man, those tiles are tasty. I've got 2. Ooh, I can start making friends with La Venta. Let's pop out Gothic architecture because we're essentially done that wonder. We will pop in just for a turn Diplomatic League, and then I can put 2 points into La Venta and instantaneously get 3 envoys with them, which will be a huge amount of faith across my empire. So I think I'd like to pick up Natural History and Scorched Earth for the envoys. It's kind of like my main goal. And then probably Conservation as well. Yeah, Natural History, Scorched Earth, Conservation, that's a ton of late game envoys. That'll allow me to justify those mosques that I bought earlier. Probably would have been a good idea to build Kilwa this game. Yeah, it definitely would have been a good idea to build Kilwa. I kind of forgot about it and then just like didn't prioritize it. That would have been another part of like the trifecta of power. The quadfecta, it would have been then, but hey. So Japan actually has like a ton of apostles inside their territory. So bringing over some debaters here will be absolutely necessary in order to fight back their religion. I'm glad I'm bringing some debaters with my Japanese missionary wave that I'm sending. There's the Hagia Sophia, and I was told it's pronounced Hagia Sophia, so that's how I pronounce it. Now, this is +1 religious spread across all of my missionaries and apostles, so that's a huge efficiency boost, which I'm a big fan of. I don't think there's any really other ones. I mean, Mont Saint Michel is kind of okay because I get the Matter ability for free, so then technically I have triple promoted apostles. I don't care about religious tourism. I don't plan to lose any missionaries, so Mont Saint Michel seems like an awful waste. I think I just do Holy Side prayers. Just continuously produce extra faith for me, please. And now at this phase of the game, when your cities start doing Holy Side prayers, this is when you click on you click food and faith. But especially you want your cities to be working these Holy Site buildings because these are actually worth 9 faith per turn. And when you're going all in on faith, you don't really need anything but faith. So that's what I like to do. Once my cities have finished like their critical infrastructure, I'll just click this faith button, and they should usually, within reason, fill this building up. They won't like do dumb things like completely torpedo their economy. But one thing you can do is focus on food and faith, and it'll kind of like try to keep the city growing, which I think is a reasonable way to do things. Like I'll do like, hey, I want you to focus on faith, but I also want you to grow. So it'll prioritize like any tile that has 3 food on it, it'll like prioritize. Otherwise, it'll work this faith tile. Or if a tile like this has 3 faith and food, like then it'll prioritize these. So I just find focus on faith and food because that's the best way to get more faith. Now I've got square rigging, so I have +1 movement on my things. Steam power wouldn't be bad if I could get to it. It's only 2 techs away, plus I pick up industrialization for the extra production and coal that I can sell to the AI if I so choose. Speaking of selling to the AI, yoink and yoink. Anyone want to buy iron or anything like that? Yeah, Hojo will buy and you'll buy. Seems good. I really like that I was able to completely kickstart my economy off of trading with the AI. So another city completed, focus on food and faith, get me a builder, and then do all of the Holy Site charge things. Because we could use a builder to retool this city slightly. Boom, kill another guy and get a nice free spreads. A lot of my apostles are hurt over here, which is not ideal for efficiently spreading. So there is like a little inland sea here in between these continents. They're not like perfectly connected. All right, lovely. We have a debater here to take this guy on. Should be able to completely smash him to pieces. A guru? I don't think I need any gurus. It doesn't seem necessary. I have so much power. Yeah, I don't think I need gurus. I mean, it would be nice to have a guru with me, but I don't think it's necessary because my enemies aren't actually that far from me. So like my reinforcement range, rather my enemies are quite far from me. So my reinforcement range is a long time. So these guys would be sitting around doing nothing until a guy got here if I was waiting for the heal. So I'm better off just like rushing in and like, here we go. Like translator, boom, boom, instantaneously flip the city away from him. So like I could have waited around and gotten a slightly more efficient thing, or I could just run in and like, oh look, proselytize, boom, city is converted, easy. I don't know, maybe I'm crazy. It just seems way better for me to do it the way that I'm doing it. I'm glad now though that we have 3 movement water units, or a 3 movement embarkation, because it was a bit of a struggle to like slowly walk my units over towards the next continent. 2 tiles at a time, painfully slow. Now the one thing I have to worry about is whack-a-mole. We did just circumnavigate the world, by the way. I do have to be careful for whack-a-mole, which is when you have fully converted a civ, but they have a couple of like religious units kind of hanging out on the map. And that's when it can become a little bit of a problem. I think I'm going to divert actually away from Babylon and instead make sure I take out Ethiopia. I don't know how many cities Ethiopia has. I think there's a way to check actually in the UI. If I find Ethiopia here, yeah, he's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 cities. And I found 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There's probably 6 somewhere around here. So if I can find his next 2 cities and get them converted, then I don't have to deal with his religion anymore. And eliminating a religion from the game is better than, in my opinion, starting another conversion crusade on another player. Religion screen shows how many cities are following. I don't care how many cities are following his religion. I only care about his cities. Because if I convert his cities, he can't recruit apostles anymore. Proselytizer plus translator, boom. 2 charges and the city is erased. Proselytizer, boom. So I think he may only have now 1 more city, and there it is. So he has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So there's a 6th city somewhere in the fog of war here that I need to look for. And there it is over here. Purchase monument, purchase granary. This city will probably never really contribute to the win of the game, but that's fine. This is arguably the least fun part of a religious victory. It's like getting all your ducks in a row and being prepared, having all your units ready to move. But that is the power of a churn game, right? We're in the churn. We're churning. We're churning butter. Like we're churning our life around. Chilicon churne? True. Chilicon carte. I think I misread what you said there. It's like I'm really playing StarCraft again. At least in my opinion, the micro in StarCraft is more interesting. That's the thing. All right, there is Jimma. Now I do have to worry about this little guy here, so I'll start attacking him. If I can lower his health, it means he might be easier to kill, and therefore it won't be a problem for me to deal with. So I think I've fully converted Ethiopia. I just need to get rid of this apostle and make sure that I keep these cities suppressed. So I'll probably leave like a couple of apostles around, just in case there's like some apostle out on the map that's going to like swing back and try to reconvert. And now I can move forward with the conversion plans of Babylon. And with regards to everyone else, I think my wave of missionaries coming at Japan, I think I'm just going to continue to send them west. I think that's a little bit faster to get over here. I should be able to convert Byzantium down here pretty easily, and then I could just like work in from this direction. So how is this guy's religion doing? I mean, it's a pretty weak religion, all things considered. There's like very little establishment. Who even is Shinto? That's a question for me. That's actually Byzantium's religion, and it's present in 6 cities compared to Eastern Orthodoxy, which is present in 6. Buddhism is definitely the late game like boss fight here. I mean, aside from me, because I'm present in 39 cities. Call an ambulance, but not for me. We also found candy here. That's pretty exciting. I think I still have the double envoy card plugged in, so I can go full level 2 relationship with them instantaneously and gain suzerainty of them, apparently. I wasn't expecting suzerainty. But by getting suzerainty of them, I get extra faith from that one relic that we found like on turn 10. That's just been sitting here, slowly chooching away a little bit of extra faith. Happy about that. That's cool. I'd like to start getting these relationships to level 3. I did kind of mistakenly invest very heavily in faith purchasing my mosques this game. And that was probably a mistake. I should have hard built them, because by faith purchasing them, I essentially, I set them to be negative value for 30-ish turns. Although at this point now, 30 turns repayment on them is looking pretty valuable. So maybe it was the right call to actually buy them. So I said Byzantium's religion is weak, but he actually does have a fair amount of apostles. So I feel like I made the right call in waiting for me to deal with Ethiopia fully before I moved all these guys down here. So he's in this city now, which is a problem. So I need to like bait him out by stepping away, seeing if he'll come out of the city. Jimma should be an easy convert. Boom. And then I'll leave 3 kind of low health apostles around here to kind of hold this city. Then we can start moving in the rest of my apostles a little bit more of a useful direction. These 3 guys should be able to completely suppress Ethiopia's religion now. So that is, I believe, now we have converted 1, 2, 3, and 4. We have converted 4 out of the 7 enemy players. So we're more than halfway in terms of conversion here. And in my opinion, having successfully converted 4 other players to my religion, that's a pretty good point to end this episode. I love you all very much, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye-bye.